Hey guys, Jeff McDonald. How you doing? Bringing you another edition of B School Buddha. As many of you guys know, I've been based in Asia for a long time, man. Long time. Been living and working in Shanghai for, goodness, going on 10 years, which is crazy. Been out of the States for about 13. And, I cover Asia. I travel around a lot. And I thought I kind of seen it all. Except for today. I was surprised when I opened up my copy of the International Herald Tribune, which is a great newspaper. It's the global edition of the New York Times. Try to read it as much as I can. It gives you a good worldview of what's happening, but also, fairly U.S.-centric because of the New York Times backing. Now, here's the interesting thing I wanted to show you. No, not this wrapper up here, which is an interesting guy. What's his name? Waka or something? Anyway, don't know him, but I'm missing out on my pop culture of the States. But it's this headline right here. Exports soar, right? In China as factory floor get retooled. Retooled, what does that mean? It means they get automated. What does automated mean? It means what happened to the U.S. manufacturing sector years and years ago when we brought in machinery, capital equipment, tools, robots, to IT system solutions in place of workers. Why did we do that? Because workers are fairly expensive relative to a piece of equipment. Never seen that before in China. The reason why people move to China, their manufacturing, is because of one thing: cheap and plentiful labor. So, what's going on? Why would they be automating in China when there's cheap labor? Again, it's saying that manufacturers are taking the long view when they automate, right? So wages are going crazy. They're going through the roof. Wage inflation in China over the last 4 or 5 years is, again, this is just numbers that I recall, 13, 14, 15% depending on the market. So cost of labor is increasing every single day in China. And as a little analogy of an anecdotal evidence of this, I still remember 10 years ago, I was going to a driving range and I was hitting some golf balls out into a driving range. I turn around and I see literally a man with a fence around him on wheels with one of the little discus spinners on the back that pick up the balls and chuck them in the bucket. And he was literally pushing this thing up and back, sweat's pouring off of him, it's the middle of summer, crazy bloody hot, and he's pushing this thing. And that's the first time it hit me, man, that the cost of labor was actually so much cheaper than automation. They would rather pay a dude to literally push this damn thing up and down, and the guy would actually do it for so cheap, even cheaper than it would be to buy a little tractor, man. That's what this change means. Now, the Chinese are buying the tractors. What does that mean also for the labor force? Chinese labor force, man, they're actually shedding some jobs, right? They're shedding manufacturing jobs. So, very interesting dynamic happening right now in the China marketplace. They're automating, they're bringing in tools so that they can become more efficient, more cost effective, and pump out products at a cheaper price and mitigate actually a lot of that wage inflation. So keep an eye out on it. We'll see what happens. Again, exports soaring because of efficiencies gained through retooling in China. I knew it would happen one day, man, and that day is here. B School Buddha, giving you the flavor of Asia and all that's happening here, man. So anyway, if you have any comments or questions, leave them down here. And we'll be back to you again. Thanks for checking it out. Anything you need, hit me up.